Okay, we're covering Passage 5, ACT Science 59F. This is a data passage. And we know it's data because all we see is information, no study 1, study 2, experiment 1, experiment 2, student 1, student 2, just information. Looks like we have a diagram and a table. So our DRC approach, D means data and don't read. We're just going to quickly orient ourselves to the passage. So in this passage, it looks like they're determining how heat flows between two items. They have two walls with blocks between them with different orientations. They're heated, looks like at a constant temperature. The material, the block looks like it's different types of material, different configurations, temperatures of each wall, and the amount of heat flow. That's it, just a quick orientation. And then we're to the questions. For the questions, we're doing the R and R approach, read and reread. We are doing the reread, where we break the question down step by step, which is what my advice is when you're doing the questions on your own. Number 25, we're looking for which trial, so that's the trial column. According to the information, heat flowed from the wall at temperature 2, so this wall, the one at temperature 2, to the wall at temperature 1 in which trial. So temperature 2 should be greater than temperature 1. It's flowing from one wall to the other. It's from the hotter wall to the cooler wall. So let's just process of eliminate. Choice A, the temperature 2 wall is the smaller one, so that one's not correct. Trial 6, the temperature 2 wall is greater, so that one's going to be the correct answer. We can process of eliminate the other two to be sure. And the only one that stands out as different is choice B. And so that's the correct answer. Number 26, we're looking at trials 7 through 10. Insulators are poor heat conductors. According to trials 7 through 10, a wall of a given thickness would provide the best insulation between a room and outdoors of which material? So we're looking at heat flow, so it's going to be the one that has the best insulation, which is the lowest heat flow. So which one has the lowest heat flow? Wood. Choice F. This is something you probably know just from common sense, really, if you've been around anything that's warm. If you put your feet on brick or concrete, steel, or wood, generally wood provides the best insulation because it has the poorest heat flow, right? Anything hot, put a brick against a heat structure and it's going to get warm. So use what your knowledge is on ACT Science as well. Number 27, the results of trials 1 and 5, so we're looking at those two trials, are consistent with our hypothesis that heat flow from a hotter wall to a cooler wall is dependent on. So we're looking at the temperature, see how the temperature changes. We see that in the answers. And so our heat flow is the exact same in both walls. The temperature is not the same, but the heat flow is. So let's just process of eliminate. So choice A, dependent on the hotter wall only. No, those are different, 50 and 100, so it can't be the hotter wall only. See how that is? Temperature of the cooler wall only. Those are different, yet the heat flow is the same, so B's out. The sum of the wall temperatures. Well, 50 plus 20 is 70. 100 plus 70 is 170, yet the heat flow is the same, so that wouldn't make sense. So C is out. The difference between the wall temperatures, there's a 30-degree difference and a 30-degree difference, so choice D makes sense. D. Number 28, we're looking at trials 6 through 11. And it says materials differ in thermal conductivities. The higher the thermal conductivity, the greater the heat flow. So we're looking at heat flow and thermal conductivity and heat flow equate with each other. As one goes up, the other goes up, so they're proportional. Which of the following statements is not true? Okay, so let's just break them down. Process of elimination. Choice F. Brick has a higher thermal conductivity, so brick right here, 0.5, than glass wool. So glass wool is here, so brick is higher than glass wool. So that is true, but we're looking for the one that is not true. So F cannot be the correct answer. Brick has higher thermal conductivity than wood, 0.5 is greater than 0.072, so that is true. So it cannot be our correct answer because we're looking for not true. Steel has a higher thermal conductivity, steel, than aluminum. So steel is not higher than aluminum, so that is not true. So our answer has to be H. Number 29, trials 1 and 3. So we're just looking at those two trials. Provides evidence that heat flow depends upon which of the following factors. So if we look at our answer choices, we see temperature as a choice, but the temperatures are the same. So that can't be what's affecting heat flow. The temperature in wall 1 versus wall 2 are the same, so C and D are both out. So distance between walls and contact area. So now we can look at the configuration. We're looking at just configuration A and C, and we can see that the contact area is the same, right? That it looks the same here on both ones. But what is different is the distance. So it depends upon the distance between the two walls, choice A. Reach out if you have any questions.